And what's up? I am live. Y'all already know. It's your girl Ash. Y'all know I am bringing you another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Oh, y'all have absolutely have to forgive me. I was supposed to go live last night, but some unforeseen circumstances happened, so I had to push the episode back to today. But I'm here. I'm good. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Y'all already know before I jump into tonight's episode, y'all already know I got to do my mental health check in. So y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling tonight. What's going on? What's good with y'all? Man, it's absolutely a pleasure to see y'all. I do miss y'all from time to time, but hey, your girl I have to take a mental break. I have to, regroup and get things together. So y'all already know before I start my episode, y'all already know the video I love to play. Like I say, I have to continue to keep doing my mental health check-ins. I need to make sure everybody's good.
I don't know who this video was for, man, but it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, May 10th, and my heart is heavy because I know there's somebody out there that is ready to end their life, that's already made up in their mind that they're not going to fight no more. They're tired of fighting. They don't have no more strength to find because they've already gave all their strength. They don't have the strength to turn the page. They don't have the strength to see tomorrow. They made up in their mind that their life is over. And maybe they logged on to Facebook. Maybe you logged on to Facebook and looking for a sign. Maybe you logged on to say your goodbyes and you came across this video. So I just want to tell you, man, that don't let those thoughts that are trying to kill you kill you. Those thoughts that telling you life is over, those thoughts that telling you you're not enough, those thoughts that tell you things won't get better, those thoughts that tell you that you are your mistakes, those thoughts that tell you that you are your past, those thoughts that tell you that you're worthless. Don't let those thoughts kill you. They're lying to you. Because you're more than that. You're more than a conqueror. You're more than what you're going through. You do have purpose. You are awesome. You are talented. You are beautiful. You are special, despite what you've been going through. So you make up in your mind right now. Okay, you don't have to have a whole plan out for the rest of your life. You make up in your mind right now that you're going to fight with faith tonight. You make up in your mind right now that you're going to survive tonight. Whatever it takes. I pray that you have a peace in your mind that floods your mind like never before, to let you know, despite everything that you're going through, the storms that you're going through, the flood that's flooding your life with pain right now, I pray that peace tells you that everything is going to be okay. I pray that you find the strength inside of your weakest moment right now that lets you know that everything is going to be okay. So you put down that gun, you put down that drug, those pills, you put it down, man. Because there's more to your life than what you're currently going through. And you'll never understand it if you quit right now. But I promise you, if you fight with faith, you fight with prayer, eventually you'll realize everything that you went through had a purpose. Everything that you went through had a purpose. Life will get better. But if you end your life, you prevent it from getting better. All right?
All right. Anybody that knows me, y'all know that is like my ultimate favorite video of all times. I listen to it every morning, because like I say, it's a struggle when I get out of the bed every morning, dealing with depression, dealing with my anxiety. I listen to that every day, and that gives me the strength to keep going every day amongst my children and the other things that I have set forth in my life. So I know I have to keep pushing. I know I have to keep going. Y'all know it's a struggle, but y'all know your girl is strong. Y'all know I'm a champion. Y'all know I'm a survivor. So y'all already know I'm going to keep going. So yeah, so let's keep the mental health. Like I say, I have to keep doing my mental health check-ins. I want to know how everybody's feeling tonight. Let me know. Today is Wednesday. I want to know how you feeling. And I got my boy Azra. Hey, my love. How you feeling today? Absolutely a pleasure to see you. You know I love seeing you. Um, so how you feeling today? Y'all keep dropping in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling. Because again, I want to continue to do my mental health check-ins every episode. Before I jump into any episode, I need to know how you're feeling mentally. I want to know how you're feeling emotionally. What can I do to help you get back on the right path? What can I do to help you along the way? If you need me to laugh with you, you need me to cry with you, we can do that. And y'all already know I do it with no judgment. Ezra say, you already know I'm feeling good as always. Yes, because we were given another day to be better than what we were yesterday. So absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But y'all keep dropping in the comments. Let me know how y'all been doing. Like I say, I've been really stagnant in doing my episodes. And that's because I've been, in transition. I've fallen off a lot, but hey, um, I'm back on the horse. I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to secure the bag. I'm ready to get focused. I'm ready to put my energy back into consistently doing my shows. Um, and yeah, and I know y'all do understand that some days, I have to take a step back. If I'm not in the right mental place, how can I be a help to somebody else if I'm not mentally in a good space? So I definitely do take those times, that I don't do my episodes, um, to really, for self-care, to really get my mental in check. Again, so I could be loving and productive, not only to me, but to my supporters along the way. So that's why I've, kind of moved around and pushed episodes back, but I'm back. I'm secure, I'm good, I'm straight, and I'm ready to go full speed ahead. So like I say, I appreciate all the continuous support that y'all absolutely show me week in and week out whenever I do the episodes. I love it. I absolutely appreciate y'all. I love y'all more than you will ever know. Um, as always, keep praying for me. Um, I know things are gonna get better for me. But until then, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna let the devil distract me, but we all have those days. Hey, I'm human. So yeah, so keep dropping in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling. Like I say, I absolutely have a great episode for tonight. Actually, the whole month of July. I'm really truly excited about the topics for the month of July. I can't wait to do it. And again, as I've already stated, you guys know August. I am taking the whole month of August off to regroup, refocus. I have some upcoming projects that I'm working on that I really need to put my attention on for the moment, but I will be back in September. But like I said, y'all are with me for the whole month of July, so we're not gonna focus on August until we get to that bridge. So, oh my God. So the month of July, y'all, I decided to kick it off with No Justice, No Peace. The murders of black women at the hands of the police. Whew. This is absolutely the most uncomfortable conversation that we have to have, but it's real life. This is exactly what we're going through. Not only are we losing our black men, but we are losing our black women to police brutality, and no one wants to discuss it. Yeah, we've talked about Sandra Bland, we've talked about Breonna Taylor, we've even talked briefly, Tatiana Jefferson, but I want to start discussing the women that have been forgotten. There are some women that it was just a flash across the screen and then you didn't hear anymore. You still have these families that are fighting for justice for these young ladies that were murdered by police. Um, so I want to bring that to the forefront again for the whole month of July. So for the whole month of July, I am going to be discussing a woman every episode that has died at the hands of the police and we're still trying to get justice. Again, I want to know, why are Black women often missing from the conversations when it comes to police brutality? Why? I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to, those hashtags, say her name, hashtag Black Girls Lives Matter, hashtag stop police brutality. So again, the whole month of July, that's what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be discussing Black women that are killed at the hands of the police. So, I mean, when I think about being a Black woman in America, I think of the same plight as Black men. They're murdering us at alarming rates as well. You just don't hear about it as much as you do when it comes to the Black man. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why these police officers are continuing to get away with murdering unarmed people, murdering innocent people, murdering innocent bystanders, and they're getting a slap on the wrist. No charges. They're still getting their pension. They're still getting everything that they get as a police officer, but there's no justice or no love and remorse for the families, of the people that they've taken away from the loved ones. So, like I say, the whole month of July, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about no justice, no peace. You know, Continue to talk about the murders of Black women at the hands of the police officers. Again, why are they missing from the conversation? Why are they not being talked about? Why are they being swept under the rug? And again, that's no disrespect to Sandra Bland. That's no disrespect to Breonna Taylor, because we're still fighting for justice for these two young ladies. But I want to discuss the ones that have been forgotten. So, hey, sis. Oh, DM me your email. Please, please, please send me your email, because I've got to send you the episode guide for this month. I forgot. I need to send it to you. And y'all holler at my girl, Kimberly Latisse. Baby, she does Champagne Conversations on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. And baby, let me tell you, Miss Kimberly, she gets you to talk about the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. Well, she brings it up out you. Do you hear me? That lady there is something else. And don't forget to check out her husband on Monday nights, Breaking the Stigma. Dex, Matt, and my BFF Dre. And they are on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central Time, Breaking the Stigma. You can find Kimberly with Champagne Conversations on YouTube. You can find Breaking the Stigma. Oh, I'm sorry, sis. She's on all the streaming platforms as well, not just on YouTube. She is on Apple. She's on Google Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and hundreds more. And also, don't forget Breaking the Stigma, Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. You got Dex, you got Matt, and my BFF Dre. And they can be found now on Instagram, now on YouTube. They are on Spreaker, Spotify, and all the other available streaming platforms. So, going back to, again, like I say, the no justice, no peace, the murders of Black women at the hands of police officers. Why? Why are they not put on the forefront like they do when the Black men are killed? But again, like I say, the whole month of July, that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to be discussing. I have a woman for every day of the week that I want to discuss, and I want to put their story on the forefront. Because I don't want you to forget their names. I want you to remember them. I want you to continue to uplift their families. I want you to continue to pray, and hopefully justice will prevail for these families. That's what I want to do. That's the things that I want to continue to bring to the forefront. Like I say, these are conversations that no one wants to talk about. So I'm gonna keep those conversations going. Yes, Azra, her Champagne Conversations. She just did a show tonight. I just came from watching her show. So yeah, Champagne Conversations. Holla at her. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I have a ball when I'm tuning in. I just cut it up and I'm maybe cleaning or something, but I'm listening to her show. I chime in. Again, she has some great things that she talks about. And I can't wait till Black Girl Interrupted and Champagne Conversations collab. We got some good things going. Oh, yes, we do. She said, yes, darling, Champagne Conversations. Ezra said he just wanted to get it right. He said that's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to mess it up. He wanted to get it right. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. She is on YouTube. And if you don't want to see the visual and you just want to hear it, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart. And I can't think of the rest, but she's on all the other streaming platforms. So y'all check her out. Go show us some love. Go subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of her episodes. Because, baby, I get the notification. It pops up every time. Bing. I be like, oh, it's time. It's time. Oh, yeah. So let's jump on into the topic at hand. Like I say, no justice, no peace. I am talking about the murders of Black women at the hands of the police.
Police brutality, particularly anti-Black police brutality, has just been a feature of American life.
No justice, no peace, no justice, no justice.
Recently, police brutality has once again become a key issue.
All of us as Americans should be troubled by these shootings.
Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, these are all now household names because of the response. At the same time, we don't think about women. Black women have lost their lives, and that loss of life just hasn't reached the level of community concern and outcry that it should. Say Her Name was a literal demand that then became part of a hashtag campaign in order to ensure that the movement against police brutality actually does include all of the Black bodies that are subject to police violence. In realizing that if we're going to demand that people say her name, then people need to know the names to say. And in reality, the information about Black women being killed by the police was very difficult to find. There is no national database of all people killed by the police, much less African American women killed by the police. We wrote a report that pulled as many names and stories as we could find. And the important thing that we wanted to get across is the need to broaden the frames that people use to think about police violence. Many Black women who are killed by the police are killed when family members call for help. Tanisha Anderson, her family called for help because she was having an emotional episode and they just wanted to help her to safety, and instead they ended up killing her. Any kind of social circumstance that increases the likelihood of an encounter with police increases the likelihood that that encounter might not be survivable.
I will light you up. Get out. Wow. Now. Wow. Get out of the car.
For a failure to signal, you're doing all of this for
Get over there.
Right, yeah.
Natasha McKenna haunts me. Her last words were, "You promised not to kill me." And then 6 police officers dragged her out of a cell, completely nude, threw her into a restraining chair, handcuffed her to that chair, put a hood on her, and continued to taser her. As she was dying and they were trying to resuscitate her, they actually said, keep an eye on her. That level of inhumanity means that they never really saw her as a human being in the first place. So these are moments where the police are actually showing that our lives don't matter. And then the fact that we don't really protest suggests that maybe they're right, unless we make it matter. That pain, that indignation, that demand that this not be the case fuels the campaign, fuels the hashtag, fuels the report and the commitment. It's got to be the case that people just don't see us, because they can't see this and actually think it's okay to disregard it. Life has meaning, particularly for those who are not recognized, who are marginalized, who are excluded, who are forgotten.
Whew. Just watching that just really does something to my spirit. It really truly does, because it's almost like we're forgotten about. It's almost like we're not as important. And we're being killed by police at alarming rates as well. You have Ma'Khia Bryant, who was just killed moments before the verdict was announced in the trial of Derek Chauvin. You have all these other women out here that have been murdered, and we don't hear about it. And a lot of times, Kimberly Latisse says, Kimberly Crenshaw has a powerful thread on Twitter about the Black girls that witnessed the killing of George Floyd. The judge diminished the effect it had on him. Oh yeah, I saw it, and that's what made me go find her and follow her, simply because it was powerful. Let me say that. It was very powerful. But going back, and like I say, no justice, no peace, the murders of Black women at the hands of the police. It's like we're not as important as men. It's like the media picks and chooses who to talk about. And again, this is no disrespect to Breonna Taylor. This is no disrespect to Sandra Bland. This is no disrespect to any other Black woman that's been killed by the police. But I, again, want to bring to the forefront the ones that may not have been mentioned, or the ones that have been forgotten. That's what I want to do. I want people to know that not only are they killing Black men, but they are murdering Black women at alarming rates. We just don't hear about it. And I think we as a community and as a nation, we need to keep these conversations going. We need to fight for justice. It's almost like we're not bothered by it until it hits home. This could happen to you. This could be your mother. This could be your daughter. This could be your sister. This could be your niece. Excuse me, your cousin. So we have to have these conversations. Let's keep saying their names so these ladies are not forgotten. And before I even go into my next question, I want to first say RIP to Philando Castile. It made 5 years on July the 4th that Philando Castile was taken from us. 4 years. No, 5 years. I'm sorry. 5 years. Philando Castile was taken away from us. 5 years since Alton Sterling was taken away from us. And no justice. My question is, doesn't that even bother you a little bit? And one of the things that upsets me, I don't like Black on Black crime either. But when it comes to black on black crime, when Larry kills Ray Ray or whatever, we know when he gets caught, justice will be served. He's going to get some time. But when it comes to these police officers that are killing these black men and these black women, you have all the evidence sitting in front of you and still no justice. Do I want to celebrate Derek Chauvin being found guilty? I want to. Do I want to celebrate him getting 22 and a half years for murdering a man? No, I don't, because I don't feel like it's enough time. I don't feel like justice has really truly been served. I keep hearing people say, oh, well, it's a step in the right direction. Y'all should have made an example back when they beat Rodney King. And that was on camera. You should have started making examples of these police officers then. So no, I'm not going to celebrate that. You still have 3 other police officers that have to go on trial in the murder of George Floyd. So let's have that discussion. So no, I can't celebrate that. No, I don't feel like it's moving in the right direction, because he's one out of millions of black people that have been killed by the police. And that's just my opinion. You know, I can't speak for everybody else. I could only speak for Ashley. I could only speak on how I feel about the situation. I feel like the people that murdered Sean Bell, I feel like the people that killed Amadou Diallo, I feel like the people that killed Rakia, I feel like the police officer that killed Rakia Boyd, I feel like the police officer that killed Crystal Ragland, I feel like the police officer that killed Latasha Nicole Walton should be in jail for murder. Let's take out the fact that they're police officers, but the fact that they murdered somebody. That's what I want to talk about. Take their pension away. Give the pension to the victims of the family of the person that was taken away. They get to go on and live productive lives, but I'm having to go to the cemetery to visit my loved one. You know, when I go back and I look at the sentencing of Derek Chauvin, I couldn't even celebrate that. I couldn't be happy for that. I couldn't. And you're absolutely right, sis. Black women are the most disrespected beings on this planet. And it's not only by the police, but it's by black men too. But we're going to have a whole nother conversation. We're going to do a roundtable discussion on that one. That's what I want to do. I want to do a roundtable on that. So let's hold that. I definitely want to get some ladies and gentlemen together in regards to that. I definitely want to do that. You know, but I look at Breonna Taylor. They cared more about the wall than they did this young lady. I look at Sandra Bland and all the cover-ups. You know, I go back and I look at a Tatiana Jefferson, the young lady that was sitting in the room playing a video game with her nephew, and the police killed her. No justice. She's forgotten about. Yeah, we tired. Absolutely. We're absolutely tired of having to see these hashtags, but we need to do something about it. I had a conversation yesterday and I said, we're responsible for who we put in office when it comes to your city council members, when it comes to your superintendents. We're responsible for that. We're responsible for who becomes the police chiefs. We're responsible for that. So what I think we need to start doing as people, get up and start going to some of these board meetings. Start making your voice heard. Start allowing people to hear your voice. Your voice can make a change. Regardless of what they say, your voice can make a change. You can make a difference. There's strength in numbers. If we start going out to these meetings, we could be responsible for who we put as our police chiefs. We could be responsible for who our city council members are, who our judges are, our county judges. We're responsible for that. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to get into that because that's not what I'm talking about tonight. But like I say, the whole month of July, I am speaking on Black women murdered by the hands of the police. And this is the question that I want to know. Why are Black women often missing from conversations about police violence? This is the topic for the whole month of July. Again, tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about Rekia Boyd. That's who we're going to be talking about. You don't know who she is, look her up. Say her name. But I want to know, drop in the comments, why are Black women often missing from conversations when it comes to police violence? That's what I want to know. Why are we forgotten? Why is it just almost like, oh yeah, she was killed. Next. That's what I want to know. Why don't we talk about this? Why don't we discuss this? Why don't we have these conversations? That's what I want to know. There are countless names on this list. Let me move the banner out of the way. But you have Rekia Boyd. You have Miss Pearlie Golden. You have Maya Hall. You have Kayla Moore. You have Ayanna Stanley Jones. Beautiful 7-year-old little girl that was murdered in Detroit. The names go on and 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 on. We'll sit up here and we'll say, let's remember Trayvon. Let's remember George Floyd. But we forget about these other young ladies that have lost their lives too, whose families are looking and still seeking justice for them. That's what we're doing. So I want these families to know that your babies are not forgotten. We haven't forgotten them. And we stand with you. We walk with you. We hope that you'll get justice. I pray that peace comes over these families that are losing their loved ones at the hands of the police. I pray for that. I stand 10 toes down in that because I pray that it's never me. I pray that it's never anyone that I know when it comes to these hashtags. And we have to say her name. I want to stop police brutality. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. But again, I want to bring these ladies to the forefront. Again, I can't stress it enough. Kim, we all want to know that. And like you just said, Black women being killed by police is swept under the rug. Right. It's almost like, they pick and choose which women they want to discuss. So Azra says, I'd say it's less forgotten and more hidden. He said, but your point is still very much valid. I can only respond, keep up with, and look into situations that I personally see on my feeds. Right. So, you know what, Ezra, what I started doing, and like Kim said, I started following Miss Kimberly Crenshaw, who came up with the hashtag Say Her Name, to shed light on Black women being murdered by the police officers. He says, I am not on social media super often, it would have to stay there for a prolonged period. Right. And then it goes into who all you follow on social media. You get what I'm saying? Because some of the people that I follow on social media, I get to see the news that happens in their cities. You know, if they show something, or I just happen to scroll past or Google something, I'm keeping up, you know, because I want to stay informed. And when they talk about say her name, here I am, I'm Googling. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember when this happened. I remember when Rakia Boyd was killed. I remember when Ayanna Stanley Jones was murdered. I remember that. Katherine Johnston, I remember that. Even though it happened many years ago, I remember that. You know, and like Kim says, if it wasn't for social media, a lot of police murders would be hidden. Well, sis, let's go back to 1992, the Rodney King beating. That was filmed. They had that on video, and the police officer still got off. Still got off. Still got off. And that's what I mean when I say, had they started making examples of these police officers back then, do I really feel like it would have curtailed? Yes and no. Yes and no. But they should have, you know, been made examples out of these police officers. Like I say, the list goes on and on of all these women. And then another issue that I have in regards to this is they always send the most inexperienced police officers when it's a mental illness call. Because a lot of these women that were killed by the police, at the hands of the police, suffer from some type of mental illness. So it's almost like, I just lost my train of thought. It's almost like you say we're no longer watching, we are filming it. So Azra says, I actually keep 2 separate Instagram accounts to keep up with recreational and branding/business separately. Perhaps I'll make another for socially informative purposes. Yes, please do. Because again, like I say, these are conversations that you only see in passing. You know, it's like, oh, you read about it, you see it, and then you don't hear about it anymore. And then it's like, well, whatever happened to, you know, we know Breonna Taylor. We know what happened with that. We know with Sandra Bland. But Rakia Boyd. And she was killed the same year Trayvon Martin was murdered. You know, then you had the Mike Browns. Then you had the Freddie Gray. You have Eric Garner. You know, and like I say, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But one of the things that I find so puzzling to me is, again, going back, a lot of these women that I'm going to be discussing suffer from some type of mental illness. So what I'm not understanding is, why are you sending a police officer instead of sending someone that knows how to handle a person that deals with mental illness? Because when the police come, and that goes back to Patrick Warren Sr., who was killed in Killeen, Texas, after he suffered a mental health crisis, and the family called the non-emergency phone number, but a regular police officer was sent out that had no experience with dealing with a person that has mental illness. And Patrick Warren Sr. ended up with 3 bullets to the chest. But that's, you know, that's what I want to know. And I'm going to say this. I've seen people say, defund the police. No. Because if we defund the police, guess what? The crime rate is gonna rise. Reform the police. They need to be retrained to ask questions first and stop shooting first. You know, And like Ezra says, and it'll easily be lost with everything else should follow. Easier to keep up with a focused account. Right, right, right. And you're right, Kim. Kim says, I feel like a police officer isn't the one that should be sent out on a mental health call. A counselor should go as well. Right. I was watching the young man that was murdered in was it in Baltimore, Maryland? Oh gosh. And I was just watching it the other night on TV. And he had suffered from bipolar disorder. Within 60 seconds of the police arriving on the scene, this young man they shot 16 times, 10 bullets were in his body. When someone's going through a mental illness spell, whether it's bipolar, whether it's schizophrenia, whatever it is, police, you can't come aggressive because then you're going to agitate and aggravate the situation even worse. But I'm going to find out this young man's name. Oh goodness. And he was just killed. I want to say it was December of last year. His wife was pregnant. He had and they had told him, like, when the 911 officer, when the sister called 911, she had basically told them he's got a record. But like they were saying on the episode, it falls on the 911 dispatcher too. She should have asked, what kind of record are you talking about? A criminal record? Like, what kind of record? So I won't say defund the police, but let's reform the police. When you get a mental health call, please start sending out counselors. Please start sending out someone that is experienced to deal with someone that's going through a mental crisis. Because police, they come aggressive and ready, guns drawn. You're aggravating the situation. Send someone out that knows how to talk that person down. Yes, I know they may have a weapon, but bring a mental health counselor with you that can help you to diffuse the situation. So that's what we need to do. That's where I think reform needs to come in. These police officers, not only do the police officers need to be retrained, but these 911 dispatchers start asking the right questions. When you're getting these phone calls, do they have a weapon? Things of that nature. That's just me. So, but back to the situation at hand. Why are Black women often missing from conversations about police violence? That's what I want to know. Why? Why are they often missing from the conversation? And like Kimberly says, the police need more training, the officers and the 911 dispatchers. Many mental health situations can be handled correctly if the right questions are asked. Right. I'm trying to remember this young man's name. He was killed. I want to say it was in Baltimore, Maryland. But this young man has suffered from bipolar disorder his whole life. And so what happened was the police were called out. I think he had got into an argument with his mom and his dad. So the sister called for the police to come out, or she said she wanted someone that could handle. I'm gonna have to find it because I don't want to quote it incorrectly. But that goes to, again, one of the young ladies that I'm gonna be speaking about this week, Crystal Ragland. Crystal Ragland suffered from PTSD and bipolar. She was in the military and was killed by the police. Again, we need to get a better handle on this. When it comes to this, we definitely need to get a handle on this. We definitely need to continue to have these conversations in regards to why Black women are often missing from the conversations when it comes to police violence. I want to keep saying their names. I want to continue to bring their names again. I want to let the families know that your loved ones are not forgotten. We haven't forgotten them. What can we do as a community? to help curtail a lot of this police brutality? What can we do? Drop in the comments. Let me know, what can we do? What can we do as people to curtail police brutality? Would it require us, going and sitting in at these city hall meetings and expressing how we feel? Maybe if we start going in droves of 20, 30, 40, 50 people and allowing our voices to be heard, demanding justice. Maybe if we stop saying, oh, they're not going to listen to us, they're not going to listen to us. You don't know until you try. But that's absolutely one of the things, like I said, that I want myself to be a part of, is a part of the change. And keeping these beautiful Black women's memories alive, despite what the media has said about these women. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. And that's why I chose July to be the month of no justice, no peace. Black women being killed at the hands of the police. Whew. Y'all already know. So hold tight.
Chantel Davis, say her name. Chantel Davis. Shelly Frey, say her name.
So I'm here not only to speak the name of my sister, Nakia Boyd, but to speak the name of all my other sisters.
Yet another police shooting of an unarmed Black man took place in Ferguson, Missouri.
Azrael says, like you said, we have to actually learn about and vote for our local leaders that we believe will get the job done. We aren't taught about it, so we don't even learn about it until much later down the road. Right. And that's one of the things that we need to do as a community, is we need to start educating ourselves on the people that are over the city, the county, the state. We need to learn these people. I could say this. I reside in Texas. I'm so ready for Greg Abbott to go. I'm sick of him. And I'm going to get out there and vote when it's time for the new governor. Because he went from being over, I think it was child support. Now he went to the governor. Take Ted Cruz with you. And like I say, those are one of the few things we need to do, is to educate ourselves on our local leaders. Get out there and go to if you're able to, go to these town hall meetings. Go listen to what these people have to say. Because only you can make a difference. Only you can get out there and say, you know what? I don't want this person, so let me get everybody else and let's go together and vote this person out because we don't feel like this person could get the job done. When it comes to your police chiefs, it's up to us. We appoint the police chiefs. We vote who we want to be our local and our local judges, our county judges. We vote for that. You vote for your chief deputies. We are responsible for that. So you can't get upset when you have a person, a local official, that's not getting your job done and you didn't go out there and vote, or you didn't get out there to make a difference, or you didn't take the time to educate yourself about this person. I could talk about all the people in Fort Bend County. I live in Houston. I live in Sugar Land, Fort Bend County. Do I like the officials? Absolutely not, because I don't feel like they've done anything to make Fort Bend County any better than how it already is. So it's up to us to get out there. It's up to us to go and make a difference. Same way you can run out there to vote for your president and vice president, that needs to be the same way you run out there and vote for your local officials. On the city level, on a state level, on a county level, or however your city is set up, it's up to you to make a difference. It's time for us to stop pointing a finger, and it's time for us, like I say, to get educated, and let's start putting the right people in position. Whew. Y'all know I get so worked up. So again, for the month of July, y'all, Black Girls' Lives Matter. Say her name. Stop police brutality. What can we do as a community to keep bringing the murders of these Black women at the hand of the police to the forefront? What can we continue to do? If you see something, share it on your timeline. When I tell you, I get so sick of seeing foolery come across my timeline. If you can post people fighting in the club, if you can post people fighting at the Waffle House, you can get your ass up and you can go take yourself to the polls or go to some of these town hall meetings and help make a difference. So again, for the whole month of July, y'all, we are talking about no justice, no peace. We are going to be talking about the murders of Black women at the hands of the police. So tomorrow night, I'm kicking off July, where I'm going to be discussing Rekia Boyd. Say her name, Rekia Boyd. That's who I'm going to be talking about tomorrow night. Thursday night. Like you say, sis, we need to get out and vote. We need to go to the town hall meetings. We need to go to these school board meetings. Right. We let these people into our spaces and we need to kick them out too. Right. And that's what I mean when I say, when it comes to your local officials, we are responsible for putting them there. And we could be responsible for getting them the hell out of there. So if you don't like your police chief, you need to go to these county meetings, you need to go to these town hall meetings, and you need to hear what they're talking about, and you need to voice your opinion. And stop taking no for an answer, because we have to start taking back the community. We have to curtail the crime. And not just the police officers killing women and men, but us killing each other. But again, that's going to be a whole nother conversation. That's going to be a whole nother topic, a whole nother day, a whole nother conversation. Because trust and believe, I'm coming with some fire for September. Whew. I just get so emotional, and I'm so passionate when it comes to discussing Black women and Black men. You know, when it comes to police brutality, it takes me back to a place when I was pulled over by Louisiana State Police and I was harassed. It takes me back to when Meadows Police pulled over my son and harassed my son, all because they thought he was in a fight at the movie theater. It takes me back to Rekia Boyd. It takes me back to Tatiana Jefferson. It takes me back to LaWanna Phillips. It takes me back to Corin Gaines. All these women killed by the police. And still no justice. You're right, sis. We all need to be compassionate about the treatment of our people. Right. And there is none. There's no empathy. You know, everybody says, well, why don't you get into an uproar when it's Black on Black crime? And I'm going to say it, and I've said this once, and I'm going to continue to say it again. You want to know why? Because we know that when Lil Daryl kills Terry. We know when Lil Daryl gets caught, Lil Daryl is going to do some time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Lil Daryl may take a plea deal, but Lil Daryl is still getting 40 plus years. Lil Daryl is getting 30 years. He's getting some time with no parole. I'm not saying we should be less in an uproar when it's black on black. But the reason we stay on edge when it comes to the police, again, is because, the police are getting away with this. They're getting away with killing us. And our comeback is, well, why y'all don't say nothing when it's black on black crime? We do say it. The reason it's not talked about is because people still living by the code. People are still not saying anything. But again, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. And trust and believe that day is coming soon. But again, for the month of July, I'm talking about black women and police brutality. Y'all are going to hear some names that you may know, some names you may not know. It may be some names that you might remember at the time that it happened. It may not be some names that you're quite familiar with. But and I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep saying this, I want these families to know that your loved ones are not forgotten about. They're not forgotten about. They're absolutely not forgotten about. So I'm rolling into my final thoughts. Tonight was not a long show because, it was just an introduction to the topics for the month of July. So my final thoughts, I'm looking forward to these conversations when we discuss these women murdered by the police. My thoughts are as I'm going to continue to send an abundance of love and prayers to these families of these young ladies that have been forgotten. I want to say that. And hopefully by the end of the month, we can figure out why black women aren't brought into the conversations. Why are they forgotten about? Is it because we're tired? Is it because we're numb? Is it because we allow the world to distract us? Those are my questions. Those are things that I want to know. Are we going to continue to remain silent until it hits home, until it happens to you? We pick some of the most random times to do shit. When are we going to stop allowing them to treat us like puppets and start taking action? When are we going to start doing that? When are we going to start taking a stand? When are we going to start coming together and start protecting our own? That's my question. Those are my thoughts. That's what I want to know. Yeah, I know we see it every day. We hear it every day. Yeah, but think about it. This was your loved one that was murdered by the police and still no justice. You're going to want us to say their names. You're going to want us to keep their memories alive. You're going to want us to not let the world forget them. So that's what I want to do for these young ladies. I want to do this for Rekia Boyd. I want to do this for Kayla Moore. I want to do this for Latasha Nicole Walton. I want to do it for Crystal Ragland. And the other list and the list, like I say, goes on and on. I want these families to know that it's somebody out here that still cares. That's what I want to do. I want y'all to know that I haven't forgotten about your loved one. Because this could be me. And I could be sitting on here begging for somebody to keep my loved one's name alive. Please don't allow my loved one to be forgotten. So let's put ourselves in their shoes and let's say their names. Let's keep their memories alive. Let's remember the good about them and not how the media has portrayed these women. I don't care about their past, because their past or whatever the situation was didn't warrant for them to be murdered. And I won't say killed, murdered. It didn't warrant that. It absolutely did not warrant that. Whew. So those are my final thoughts. Again, tomorrow night. Yes, I will be live tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about Rekia Boyd. Y'all already know how to get in touch with your girl. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted on Twitter. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Drop in the comments. Let me know what other things y'all want to discuss. But like I say, for the whole month of July, it's no justice, no peace. That's what we're talking about. The whole month of July, we are talking about the murders of Black women at the hands of the police. And the $1 million question. Why are Black women often missing from conversations about police violence? That's what we're talking about the whole month of July. So each and every young woman that I'm going to be speaking about, Google them. Like I say, tomorrow night, this is who we're talking about. Rekia Boyd. Say her name. Lawana Phillips. Say her name. I got Crystal Ragland. Say her name. Latasha Nicole Walton. Say her name. Katherine Johnston. Say her name. You got Corin Gaines. Say her name. You got Ayanna Stanley Jones. Remember that beautiful baby. And then we have Kayla Moore. Remember her name. Say her name. Amongst all these beautiful women, I want the world to know that they're not forgotten. They're not forgotten. Although they were taken so tragically, they're not forgotten. So remember those names. Say those names. Say a prayer. Send a prayer up for their family. Add them to your prayer list, because if this was you, you would want us to do the same thing. You would really want us to do the same thing for you. You really would. And on that note, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Don't forget, tune in with your girl every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Come follow Black Girl Interrupted on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted on YouTube. Run them subs up for your girl. I'm 3 away from 100. Y'all help me get to 100. And then once I get to 100, y'all help me get to 150. And then I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. But on that note, I do want to say I love y'all so much. I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Like I say, tomorrow night, We are talking about Rekia Boyd. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Say those names. Remember those names. Add them to your prayer list. Every name you see on here, add them to your prayer list. Send one up for the family. Let them know we thinking about you. We love you. You're not forgotten. I promise you not. And like you say, sis, you said it. The police are supposed to protect us like they protect non-people of color. Right. Right. Yeah, that was absolutely no lie. And I love your back, sis. Send me your email address so I can send you the episode guide. You already know. Like I say, tomorrow night, I'm talking about Rekia Boyd, the young lady that was shot by an off-duty police officer in Chicago. That's who I'm talking about. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we're talking about Rekia Boyd. That's who we're talking about. So I love y'all. And don't forget, y'all, y'all already know who my lipstick is. Colors by Keish. Y'all already know it. I got on 50 Shades tonight. So go hit up. Colors by Keish. Kolors by Keish. Kesh. So I'm going to order me some more soon. Think she got some new. Oh, okay. I got to send it to you. Let me pull my Gmail up. I got to send this to y'all. Yes. And Azrael, I love you too. I love everything that you do. I cannot wait for us to collab too. I can't wait. Hopefully you'll be a part of our round table when we get everything together. We're definitely gonna do a round table, a battle of the sexes, and then we'll figure out what the topic is gonna be. I got some great things. Like I said, I got some amazing things I want to do in regards to the round table. But like I said, y'all stay posted. Like I say, subscribe to your girl. Like I say, hit me up on YouTube. I'm 3 away from 100. I'm 3 away from 100 subscribers. So I'm working. Trying to get that. So get your girl. Grab a friend. Tell a friend. Let them know. Man, come check out one of the hottest podcasts on air. And that's Black Girl Interrupted. Hey, I got to brag on mine because I'm so proud of where it's going and how far it's come in almost a year. So y'all holla at your girl. Y'all keep your girl in your prayers. Y'all know I be having my moments, but I do love y'all. And again, I am going live. I promise I'm doing my show tomorrow night. I will definitely see y'all 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You already know it. Like, I'm going to hype it up. Like, I'm going to brag about my little business because one day my little business is going to be a big business. So I claim that, I speak that, and it's going to happen. As long as I continue, like I say, y'all give me all the love. Y'all give me all the support. Everything, I do it for y'all. I get on here and I do this for y'all. So I appreciate everything. And, all the interactions, I appreciate that. Like I say, I'm going to keep manifesting my little business into a big business because my whole goal by the end of the year is to walk away from my 9 to 5. So that's my goal. I want Black Girl Interrupted to be what I represent. I want this to be my brand. I want to leave a legacy for my children. So that's the whole goal and that's the whole purpose of Black Girl Interrupted. And to help another Black woman or help another Black man who is struggling. Someone that has those suitcases that they have yet to unpack. That's the whole premise behind Black Girl Interrupted. And I say it each and every episode. This is why I do it. I do it for y'all. The monetary is I don't care about that because that's going to come. But if I could help one person, then I've made a difference. Then I know what my purpose is in life. And that was to heal me and then help heal someone else. That's my purpose and I stand on that. I believe God gave me this platform and this voice to utilize to help somebody. And I'm going to utilize it with everything that I have in me. No, I don't know everything. Anything that I state is strictly opinionated, my opinions. No one has to agree with what I say, but I get on here, like I say, I do this because this has become a safe space for me. I'm the voice for that woman or that man that's afraid to share what they have going on. I'm here to break down that wall to help Black men and Black women have healthier communication instead of us arguing and bickering and pointing fingers all the time. That's what I want to do, is to bring the Black man and the Black woman back together, to bring the Black community back together. This is where Black Girl Interrupted comes in at. Is to stop the daily interruptions that we go through. Like I say, I'm going to keep bragging and boasting about my little business because, again, one day my little business is going to be a big business. I'm going to be a household name. When people see me, they're going to be like, oh my God, that's Black Girl Interrupted right there. Right. So again, if I touch one person or I help encourage, empower, uplift someone, then I've made a difference. Then I've done what I'm supposed to do. Like I say, I don't care if 0 people tune in, even if 100 people tune in. I'm still going to keep doing what I do to keep empowering, encouraging, and uplifting someone that may be experiencing those daily interruptions. So, enough of my rant. Let me get off my soapbox. And you're right, sis. I'm going to keep speaking it, and I speak this for everybody that's tuned in. I speak it. I see you. I salute you. I encourage you. I empower you. I want to see us win. You get what I'm saying? And I mean that as Black men and Black women. I want to see us collectively come together and win. I want to see us buy the block back. You get what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want to see us buy the block back. That's what I want. Kim, I want to see your little business become a big business. Azra, I want to see whatever it is you have over there manifesting. I want to see it flourish for you. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna end the show. It takes nothing away from you to support one another. And that's one of the things we as a Black community, we do not do enough of. We don't support because we don't want to see someone getting further than us. And I think it's sad. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, God did not design my path to look like yours. My path is going to be different from yours. You may make it to the finish line before I do. But if you make it to the finish line before I do, pass those seeds back to me. Give me the knowledge and let me know what you did to get to the finish line. Stop being selfish with information. Stop being selfish with knowledge. You can't get up here and say you want to see us win as a people when you're afraid to share the knowledge because you feel like that takes away from you. And support is free. It takes $0 to share this video. It takes $0 for you to share my post. It takes $0 for you to say, man, go check out Black Girl Interrupted. Or it takes $0 for me to say, hey, man, go check out my girl Kim. Azrael say his internet went haywire as soon as I said his name. It takes $0 to support. And you right, sis, and this is what I want. So support is free. But don't contradict yourself when you say you want to see us win as a people, but you're afraid to share the knowledge. You're afraid to water somebody else's garden because you think their flowers are going to bloom bigger than yours. You can't interject with the plan that God has designed for each individual person on this earth. That's one of the things we have to stop doing. Stop competing with each other. You know, you're right, sis. That's definitely that crabs in a barrel mentality. You know, yeah, I know this doesn't coincide with what tonight's topic was about, but I just felt it in my spirit to let people know it takes away nothing for you to show your support. There are a lot of, let me say this. There's people that I don't even talk to anymore, but I still support them from the sideline. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that I don't talk to, but I still root for them because I want to see your little business get big like my little business is going to get big. So don't say, oh, I want us to win as Black people. I want us to win as the community. I want us to get back to how we, if you won't support. And to some of you business owners, let me say this. Learn how to take criticism. Because that criticism could help your little business become that big business. You get what I'm saying? So if someone tells you you're not doing something right, stop taking it as they're hating, but maybe they're trying to help you. If at any time y'all feel I'm doing something wrong and y'all see something that could potentially make my podcast better, please let me know. Because I want that. Because I want, again, I'm going to keep saying it, I want my little business to become a big business. You know. So Azra says it doesn't cross some people's minds, including my own, to share when joining the podcast. Might be a good idea to ask people to share and bring others into the conversation before we get started. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Or even have a billboard type thing reminding people to share. Thank you. Thank you. And you know what, Azra? I take that as a pointer that I need to work on. Because I do need to start promoting my podcast more than what I do. So I appreciate that. You know, and again, you'll see how he just said, this is what you need to do. Try doing this or try doing that. I'm going to take that and push that for my next episode. I'm going to do that right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to work on that. And keep telling people to like, share, subscribe. That's what I'm going to start doing. So, Azrael, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I say, if at any time y'all see that I could do something better to improve, y'all let me know. I'm going to utilize every tool that's available to me. I'm going to utilize every tool that's available to me. And you know what, sis? I'm going to start doing that with you. As soon as I come on, I'm going to start sharing your podcast and tell people, man, y'all come and check her out. Check her out. Because, again, I want everybody's little business to become a big business. That's what I want. So, Azrael, thank you so much. And if you know any apps that I could utilize that would help me to do this, please send them to me. Send them to me. If you know of any, send them to me. What can I do to improve the traffic to my shows? I'm open for any type of advice. I'm absolutely okay. And then another thing, y'all, what I need to do is I have to remember to do this to make all the posts public and allow anybody to comment. So that's one of the things I need to do, like right before I get on or something like that. But any tips, any pointers you could give, I'll gladly receive. Azra, ain't no time like the present. Ain't no time like the present to come on into the podcast world. We can work together. Anything that I've learned along the way, I could pass it on to you. If it's anything you learn that I may not know, pass it on to me. And that's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. So like I say, y'all, it takes nothing to share. It takes nothing to support. It takes nothing away from you financially. It doesn't hurt your pockets. It doesn't affect your household. All it takes is a click to share. Hey, go check out. She has a great show. Or, hey, she's talking about some great stuff tonight. Hey, he's got some great stuff, man. And I always share. I always do. So I love you guys. Like I say, I absolutely cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow night. Yes, I'm going to be back consistent. And consistency is one of the things that I need to do as well. Is I need to stay consistent with my episodes. So, again, I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, tomorrow night, we are talking about Rekia Boyd. Hashtag say her name. Hashtag Black Girls Lives Matter. So, I love you guys, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget, subscribe to your girl on YouTube under Black Girl Interrupted. You're going to see it. Tell a friend, grab a friend, let them know I'm one of the best podcasts on social media. Bye.